Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Stevens, and today I was going to talk about aircraft maintenance management, but I read a story online and it kind of changed my mind, and I found it very interesting and thought that maybe you guys would find it interesting too. So today I'm going to talk about a new technology being used in prisons across the nation. And what they're using is the tiny devices are called radio frequency identification, or RFID. Have you ever left a store and the inventory control system goes off? Well, it's because they left the anti-theft tag wasn't deactivated or removed. This is the same type of technology as being utilized at Amazon to keep track of inventory and its location in the warehouse. Well, what if I told you that that technology is also being used in prison systems in such states as Ohio, Illinois, Michigan, Nevada, and California, just to name a few? A device as small as a smart chip in your phone or debit card is being inserted into a monitor strap that is attached to an inmate's ankle. The data, such as the inmate's name, ID number, gender, offenses, and release date, along with other information, is electronically tracked on a computer monitoring program. The cards have access to the program and have the capability to know where the inmates are within the facility on a real-time basis. So you ask, why is this important or beneficial? Well, I know that you're asking why all this matters at all. Well, this technology can track an inmate's whereabouts in the facility. If an inmate moves to an area where a guard or other inmate that they pose a threat, a fight, or an incident can be stopped before it ever even starts. A guard will know where the inmate is at any given time, opposed to having to go to their general area, track them down. If an inmate is known to have trouble with other inmates or a group of inmates, or the guards will know when the inmate is in the area and that he or she may have a confrontation, and that way it could be stopped before it ever even happens. If there's an incident, additional guards can be sent to the area quicker. Lockdown time can be reduced, and it's easier to review for review committees to investigate an incident that's happened inside the prison. The safety of the guards that work in the prison that's to help is to be the number one thing. The inmates themselves, other staff, and the general public is all a priority within the Department of Corrections across the nation. The Urban Institute Justice Policy Systems published a study in 2009 to compare early statistical data to the use and benefits of using the RFID in prisons, of pre-implementation and post-implementation. In some areas, there were no changes in the rates. However, assaults was one of those rates with the pre- and post-implementation rates of 9%. Homicide rate in the facility reported the largest decrease in occurrence. Prior to the device, the rate saw 31% compared to 2% after implementing use of the RFID. Even in the areas that saw little to no decrease in the rates, the review boards reported it was easier to investigate and provide an accurate verdict on allegations with facts obtained by the program data. Greg Oster, who is the president of Alanco, which provides the RFID technology being used in most of the prisons, states that the inmates are less likely to commit an offense because they are being continuously tracked and monitored. It provides a level of monitoring not available by any other way. The inmates know they are monitored and are lectured that the system is there, and they learn very quickly that it's extremely accurate. Basically, stop doing the things they face that they could face additional punishment for. The tracking system is based on an active RFID tag technology and provides alert if something abnormal is going on, such as a fight among the inmates, said Oster. So if you've ever watched a program about the escape from Alcatraz, then you know that the 3 men escaped the prison, and even today there is speculation about their fate. Did they make it off the island? Did they die in the freezing water? Or did they make it to civilization and carry on a long life? Nobody really knows. However, with the RFID technology and the inmate tries to escape, alarms will sound and they will never make it outside the prison grounds. Most minimum security prisons do not have fencing outside the living quarters. The walls are made of cinder block and steel, so they reasonably should not be able to escape with diligent monitoring. With overcrowding of prisons across the nation, then it is difficult to conduct throughout the meticulous sweeps. With the RFID system, it can help deter an inmate from even trying to escape. In other minimum security prisons, inmates participate in work programs where they go out to the community in small groups with a guard and usually a sheriff present to help protect the public and make sure an inmate doesn't try to sneak away. With this technology, if the inmate did try to sneak away to escape, they would be immediately located and taken back into custody. With tracking capabilities of the device, it's beneficial when an inmate is released from the Department of Corrections to keep the ankle monitoring system on an individual that committed sex crimes, kidnapping, human trafficking, or drug trafficking. An inmate is supposed to register in a sex offender registry when they are released from prison. The issue with some offenders is that they do not register as they are supposed to. With this device remaining on them upon release, their whereabouts can be tracked and documented. If the offender is in an area, this provides a benefit for the individual wearing the monitor. If a crime does happen and they are suspected, the device can provide data that will clear them if they are innocent. When the inmate is released, if they are in an area that is high in drugs and they were convicted of a drug crime, their parole officer can review this as a potential risk to reincarceration. So while this technology is still in the initial phases, research data shows that this technology may have many benefits to the inmates, the general public, and all the employees of the prison. It is surprising to think that the technology used to get our Amazon packages to our door faster is also being adapted to track inmates within the prison system. Some have asked about the cost of utilizing this technology and if it's worth the initial expense. To that question, many Department of Corrections officials say that if one life can be saved, the life of one child is saved preventing by an abduction, or one sex offender is taken off the streets, and the inmates and the guards are safe, then it is well worth making every effort to implement this technology.